What's going on YouTube? It's PDS Chess here, back with another video. So today we have the CCL overtime for the wild card round. We won a double OT, 12.5 to 11.5, as you probably saw in the thumbnail. It was amazing. It was exhilarating. Want to get straight into it. Before we get into it though, please subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subs, so a pretty big milestone. They have 6 games. The first 4 was not enough, and I'll give you talk through my mindset, what's going on in the game score as well. And let's get straight to the first game here. All right. So in game number 1, this is the first one. I feel a little nervous. I want to win. I've lost in the first round a lot in my CCL career. I've been playing for about this is my 4th year playing, so I've lost a lot in my teams. It's probably the best I've ever been in myself, so this is the best chance I'd have to really impact the game. There's a time I played, I was 1,500 playing at 2,000. Can I really win at that point? But I'm not at 2,000, and I'm playing at 2,000, and this is game number 1 against Edwin. So we have the Petrov being played here. Oh, this game is also 95 moves, so this is a marathon. They go up here to d4, I take, they take, I go up here to d5, and I go bishop to d3. Oh, another thing I should say, this is a 5 minute plus 2 seconds, so it's not exactly blitz. It's closer to blitz than rapid, but it's, it's still a decent amount of time, honestly. But they go bishop d3, I go knight back to c5. I played this line in the Petrov quite a lot, so I'm very comfortable. Bishop here to e7, I cast, although taking was the best move. I took some time, you see, I spent around 16 seconds, because 14 and plus the 2. Deciding I want to take or castle. I thought taking was better. The reason I didn't take, I would like to say, is because of this. I didn't know if I could push up, because I've done that before, and it doesn't actually work. So I was I remember I did this in the previous game. It doesn't, yeah, you can see with the val bar, I was correct about that. Oh, that's because it just drops, though, honestly. I guess you can go knight here to c6 if they want queen there. But regardless, I knew you couldn't do that. So I'm well, if you go c5, it's saying castle is the best move. But let's say castle, I was if they go here, is this really that good? Maybe it's c5 or it's saying knight c6. Didn't see any of that, to be honest with you. So I wasn't really trying to go for it, but that was the best move, and I made the wrong one. So I castle instead, getting my king to safety, but it's still equivalent, as you can see by the valuation bar. They go rook here to e1, another miss. I take it now, and I'm +1. I think I lose this advantage pretty quickly, though, because the way I win the game has nothing to do with what's happening right here. Go bishop f5, yeah, this is a mistake. c5 is the best move. Again, I see c5. I see c5, and I just don't go for it, because with this, I just thought this going up, because they have the f pawn still. So if they go up, say, take, I'm not saying these are the best computer moves. What I'm seeing as the player, if they ever get up here to f4, they just have a pawn that's pretty advanced. It's pretty cemented. And I didn't think it made that much sense, so I just took bishop f5, attacking it, but also developing. I'm still slightly better according to the evaluation bar, but I didn't make the best move. They go knight here to b3, go up here to c6. Again, I'm just so afraid of the c5 idea, and I need to play it. And that's definitely a mindset thing, because I just need to, or really not just mindset, miscalculation, because you just have to go c5 here, and I can just keep missing it. They go knight in, I drop my bishop back here to g6, they push forward here to e6, I go up here to c5. Now I'm pretty happy I found this move. I'm pretty sure it's the only move that works. So let me double check with the analysis bar. c5, yeah, it's by far the best move. The other move, I think you can see this as well. Oh, you can't see it. But the other move, it's about a 0.3 difference between c5 and bishop to f6. So I play by far the best move. 0.3 is pretty big of a difference. And you go up here to c5. For those who don't see what's happening here, if you were to take this, the knight's going to take here on e6, and white's just winning here with the rook falling there on f8. And you just have a weak position. So you go up here to c5, kicking it. So if they take, well, I actually think they do take, so we can just show that. Yeah, take. They can't go to this square, and that's hanging. And then obviously, or not obviously, you can't do anything. You can't capture through check, so it's not really hanging. Move their knight in. I'll take again. I go bishop here to f6. Now apparently q d7 was better. I don't know why I didn't go queen d7, to be honest with you. Oh no, yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. That does make more sense. But I made the wrong move there. I slide their rook over. I think I realized that during the game too. Why did I do that instead? I go knight up. They move their queen in. Yeah, that's why. I was gonna say, no, there was a reason at the game going over it. I didn't at this moment, why didn't I go up here? Because they're having this initiative, and I have to go there now. But now it's an inaccuracy. I know this during the game, but I could have had my queen there on d7 already. I think I've been saying e7 the whole time. Could have had my queen there on d7 already, but I don't. They go rook back here to e1. Slide my king over. Not the best move. Apparently, it's queen here. I am just not going to be mad at myself for not playing this. So if you go queen here, I have to have this explained to me. Can they not just take this? I'm guessing they can't. So the knight sliding in apparently is winning. I wouldn't have played this line, to be honest with you. So what I do, more of a 2,000 level approach, is just getting out the way of the pin, getting out the way of the issue. I can move this pawn freely now. The queen's not attacking or X-raying through, so that's what I was thinking. They move their bishop here. This is apparently losing, so I take, they take, and I'm sure I don't find the right move. Let's see if I can find it now, because I can't see it yet. Did I miss Q, G5, or Q, G4, or Q, F5? Because I'm actually completely winning here. Or is it knight to D4? Oh, okay, that's knight D4. Yeah, I would say knight D4. I think the idea, honestly, I don't know. But it looks good. That's the reason I'm saying it. Queen C3, B6. Oh, it's just positionally winning. It's not even like a, okay, that's kind of hard to see. Maybe there's some queen here move. I think I'm seeing it. Because they go knight H3 is the best move. Check, wow. This is quite the interesting way to win. Good thing I won the game, because this would have been unfortunate if I did not win it. But yeah, I go rook here to E8, as I am not that good yet, apparently. I go for the open file. I thought I was cooking, though. I thought I was cooking in my rook here, but I was not. They go queen back here to C2, up here to H6. I didn't want anything happening. Like, there's a checkmate. Well, let's, just for an example, let's say this wouldn't have happened. But, like, something like this, and then I go there, and then there's just checkmate. So I didn't want their knight to be there at all. So I just go up here to H6 on this move, and they drop back. Go up here to B6, a move that they had in that winning line, and I play it, but it's not +3, it's plus 0.3. It's quite the difference. They go up here to A3, though. I take, when taking the knight was better, I didn't consider that at all. Apparently, it's take here, take, you would have to take this. I'm guessing they take this, and knight here. Oh, because the queen can't slide over. That's interesting, right? And then you have this check, or you go here, not the check. And you're guarding the mate square. You go up. I'm sorry, I'm actually kind of interested by this. I wouldn't have played this, but it's an interesting idea. Maybe that's more for a grandmaster type of thing, but I wouldn't have given up a piece. But I take, they take, rook slides over, and we're going for an end game. And I actually offer a draw in this game pretty much about repetition. Or is it another? Oh, we'll see in a second. The queen drops back, knight here. I take, and I was kind of okay with the draw at this point. Like, well, there's nothing that could really happen. I go forward. They go here, and I mess up. Oh no, this is the part I don't get the draw. I want to win, and then here I'm like, well, they're up a pawn, and I go for it, and they don't go for it. And when they don't go for it, I'm like, okay, let me try and win then, because they offer a draw later. Oh no, it's a different game. But they slide their queen over. I go queen in. Now this is dead even, but I'd rather play black here, despite being down a pawn, and that's because I'm 3 squares away from queening here. They have no pawns even on their 4th ring, so their closest pawn is 5 squares away. But they have these things in the way, and this has this in the way. I just have one obstacle. Now this is hanging, but we're attacking here, and then that would fall as well, so they lose a lot of pawns in that line, so they don't go for that, and move their queen all the way back. Now you can see here I have a slight advantage with black here at point 1, but nothing crazy. Around move 39, it gets to move 95. We take here. Now you can imagine, now it is even, but imagine you watch this game with no evaluation bar, right? You just see black here has this pawn 3 squares away from queening. This pawn's kind of weak. We have 2 pawns here. Like, it's just a lot happening that you wouldn't want to play the white side because of. And obviously, I thought it was still a draw here. I'm sure they did, but I thought I'd rather play me, and I ended up converting. They give a check, king, king, and king here. The good thing I'll say for me is I played a game kind of similar over the board before. It was one of my tournament recaps I posted online, but I didn't get to post it because it was a 25+5 tournament, and you don't notate under 5 minutes. But the idea was, though, my king was open. But you can't force the king to stay here, even though you have a queen, because this queen is on this diagonal. So your king can actually run all the way to the side, as you'll see in this game. They can check me, but my king can continue to move. And once my king gets there, I thought I was fine. Now, apparently queen down was better. I kind of thought that was better, because if you see the idea, here, you can't get your king really over to the pawn, which is the point. Because if you go here, you lose the queen, right? Which is the whole reason I thought they were doing that. But they make a slight inaccuracy, and they go queen here. Now, I give the advantage back because we're human and not masters. And you see my time as well. I've spent more time. But that +2 seconds is saving me. And I drop back. This is an inaccuracy. They go here. Offer the queen trade. King up. King here. And now I'm slowly getting the setup I want. I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they took the pawn. That makes no sense to me. I don't mean like to say anything bad. But like, I just didn't understand the idea. I'm this close to queening. They just took, their pawns are just too slow. Like, doing anything but checking, I didn't really understand. And this is where I thought I was winning this whole time. Like, once the king got all the way over, I honestly the valuation bar. And this is when I knew, like, okay, 2 squares away, they can't, there's no way they can stop this. Like, it's just not possible. Like, I'd have to mess up. And I do mess up. As you see, it's +2. And it keeps getting drawing again. But the king just keeps maneuvering. I'm trying to get out the way to get the king next to the promotion square, but they obviously want to keep checking me. We're going to get behind the pawn, or next to the pawn here, back. And what I want ideally is to promote and blocking this horizontal check, right? So they give here, the pawn is pinned, right? Move our king out the way. But they have a check. Now this is the setup that you want, except you want the king here. So that's when I realized once they give this, okay, the king has to be a square away so I can move down here with the c pawn and promote to a queen. I move my queen down here. This is an accuracy again. I keep saying I give it back a little bit. Here, king, and we're getting closer to this setup because now we're one square away. There are no diagonal checks, but they have that pin, right? So we block, they go back to that pin, we go queen down. Now this is apparently not the best move. King over was. I didn't want to repeat, and I have a little time. We're just getting here that way. What I thought I did wrong is they had maybe their pawn can go now with this pin, and it goes for that. Apparently I was losing though. King back was the best move. Kind of hard to find. King slides forward. They have this check again, and we're going back to the same thing, and we move our king in. Now, I don't want to repeat, so I finally decide to move my king this way. Now this is scary for me because you're obviously getting closer to all their checkmate ideas, their kings here, but I didn't see a way to do it in the corner. So they go here and we get the queen finally. We finally get the queen. Slide. Now I don't want to get mated. And I do something I'm very wary about. I move my king here. This other should be some type of mate. The king is in opposition. You're giving them what they would want, ideally opposition. But after check, here they resign because the queen is pinned to this. They won't have to give up one, and they only have 2 pawns. The queen's going to stop it very easily. So that's game number 1. And to give you like a paint a picture of the match, we're up 3-1. So 2 of my other teammates won, 1 lost. So we're 3-1 going into game number 2. So we all feel pretty good about this. And then the disaster round strikes. We all lose our games. We lose our games. And here's my game. I got cooked. I mean, I got cooked in the opening. They actually mess up. As you can see, I have a blunder on move 10. I think you can see that. But it was bad. We go bishop f4, c5 for them very quickly. I want to speed forward to like where I mess up. Queen c1 is actually theory. And I know this is theory because I go over this. They take, and now I just blunder. Now you could go knight here. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. I even spent like 12 seconds on it. I can't explain it. Like, I was like, well, I didn't love keeping my queen here, but it was just better. Like, I don't know why I did that. They moved their knight in, and then I blundered. 2 straight moves of what were you thinking? I can't explain. I have no excuse. I did miss knight a3, though. I will say. I didn't even see that until later, and I play it eventually. I played the next move. But this move, I did not see knight a3 for some reason. And I just decided to go knight to h4, and they go bishop in. So I move knight f3 now. Now I'm just losing, though. And I survived this attack, as you'll see. I go f3. I knew I was losing, but I was like, well, if they mess up, that's definitely possible. And they go knight back. I'm like, oh, thank you. They gave up the attack. Apparently what they had to do was take this pawn here. I mean, that's kind of hard, I'll say. I feel like, oh, and they take this way. Yeah, they were just crushing. But I knew I was losing. And I was like, how did I survive this? And I throw in the endgame, as you'll see. But we take here. And once I get my knight back to c2, I'm like, well, is it that bad? Is it that bad? The knight's going to slide here to f5. They castle. I was supposed to take, apparently, but I don't. And they take in the center. I'm actually winning. We take, knight captures. Now, I didn't do this because I saw... Oh, my gosh. I missed that the queen... I thought they could do this. But I missed that knight can go... Oh, knight can just block. Oh, my God. How did I miss that? I was like, well, we're going to get the knight back. How did I miss that? So, apparently, the best move if I take was just to take this. And then you save the knight. Wow. What a miss. I did not see that at all. Wow. Well, good thing we won. I would have been sick if we lost and I missed that. But yeah, in this line, I'm just equal material. I also say that's part of chess psychology. I'm losing this whole time. Just going for equality is my mindset. But I could have won the game. And I still could have won too, even after this. We go our king over. They slide back. Exchange. We're going to go up here to h3 to give myself an escape square. And then rook to f2. Although queen to g5 getting aggressive was better. They take. And this is just a draw. Except I get too aggressive and go f4. I wanted to trade. And what I miss here is just rook down. Now, you can't do this because they could just... Or this too. I mean, it's just losing. It doesn't even matter. Like, whatever you do, you're just worse. Because you can never... Although it's double, you have no pieces to win it. Like, double pawns are only bad because you say you have a rook and a queen and a knight and a bishop. They could stare at that pawn. Oh, let's say it's on this square. You have a bishop, a knight, a rook, a queen, right? Pieces that can attack it. So this is double. Because I just have a king, it's just an extra pawn. That's the issue, and I can never push this without exchanging it, and then it's actually just a pawn that's not built, whether it's +1 with those 5 on that back line, and then those 3 and this one remaining. So I am just losing, and there's not too much more to go over in this game. We'll go over it, though, obviously. Slide rook over here, and I traded rooks when I knew it was over. Like, let me just accept the loss here. I can't do anything about it. So, we're in the wild card round. We've lost all 4 games. So it's 3-1. It's now 5-3, and it's first 8.5. So we have to play basically perfect to turn this around with only 2 rounds left, 8 games in total. So also, this is like 10 minutes in, and I haven't explained the setup. This is a 4v4 type of thing. So 16 games, every player gets 4 games. You play everyone. So on the 2 board, I play the 3 board, the 4 board, the 1 board to the 2 board, and then so on and so forth. Like, you finish the last round playing someone who should be technically your equal. The second board play the second board, final round, and so on. So this is game 3, and this is the game where I think my mentality on chess really changed and really shifted. And I've been playing a lot better since then, and I'll get to that point in the game in a second. But I'm really glad this game happened. Honestly, whenever I do succeed and when I'm speaking into existence, I'll come back to this moment like something like snapped in my brain when I was losing in this one. But let's show the game. D4, D5, they go knight here to F3, pawn to E6, they go bishop F4, and then knight to F6. Now, there's some pressure. I'm playing the first board, and I pretty much have to win this game. You know, I'm the 2 board. I need to be a net positive. And I just played the 4 board and I lost. So I need to win this game, have a little bit of an upset. We go up here to C5, knight here to C6, pawn forward, bishop forward, take, and then pawn to A6. Now at this point in the game, neither of us have thought that much. I like that I'm not getting crushed in the opening, because that last game I got crushed in the opening. I'm enjoying not losing immediately. We castle, they castle. B5, I did play a little bit different this tournament than I usually do. And here I would say desperation breeds innovation. I just did this to try and open up the queen side. I don't usually go for b5 ideas, but or not b5 in this setup. Maybe I do, but not that often. Not in this tournament, I haven't so far. And we go for c4. Now, if you've seen my streams or my videos, you know I'm not a fan of playing c4. Honestly, when I'm white, I criticize people. So why do I do it here? It's easier to criticize when it's not you. You can convince yourself anything is good. I'm like, well, I'm controlling these squares. I know they're going to play e4, but I'll have a pawn there, is what I'm telling myself. And it's still probably not good. Like, I say it's not good when I play against it. It should be consistent, and it is consistent. I just thought, let me try something. I gotta win the game. So I rook over so the knight can move. They drop back knight here, queen up, and then g6, stopping this checkmate idea. They move their knight forward, and then now I realize I kind of messed up. Now it says equal, and my knight is guarding the sacrifice, but my knight has to stay there. So we go f5. A mistake. Now you can see why I did it, and I knew when I made this would be a backwards pawn, and you see I spent 30 plus seconds on it. I just didn't have a better idea. Like, well, I don't want to deal with this the rest of the game, and that was horrible. They slide their queen over, king up, because this pawn is hanging here because the queen's attacking. They move their rook forward, the knight's going to slide attacking their knight. They slide their rook over and rook over. Now I should have taken the knight apparently. I did not see that. They just go here. I felt like they could just go like pawn down, is what I was thinking. But would this even work? Maybe it doesn't work. Oh, that's a mistake apparently. Take. Oh, because the rook's not hanging. Oh, why didn't I take that then? Yeah, I can't really explain that one. That was a bad idea. Now I take it. They slide, and we go king here to f6, plus 5.2. Now apparently the winning move is just a take here. I think the thing is, because they take, I take, they have rook captured. Yeah, I see it now. But during the game, I did not see it. Now I know it's a puzzle, kind of easy to see the way through. And this is just losing. Not because 2 rooks for a queen is bad, but because they have, what, and 2 extra pawns right now. And this is going to be 3 in a second. So you go back, they could just take this pawn as well. And plus 3 is enough, I'd say. And it's saying actually you have to take that. But they didn't find it. Sometimes you're at the mercy of your opponent, and they missed it. We both missed it. The rook slides over, they push their pawn in, rook here, queen slides, and they're trying to angle in. And this is where I feel the pressure. My heart's starting to race a little bit, and I blunder with a5. They take. Now this is the moment where I'd say something snapped, because for like, you see I spend like 20 seconds on this move. The first 5 or so seconds, maybe not the exact amount of time, but you know, the first small amount, I'm like, yo, I blundered, I gotta win this game, the season's on the line, I gotta do that. And I've played it, if you're not familiar, this is your first video of mine, I played a lot of competitive chess, so I am 1956 USCF. I played a lot of tournaments when I was a kid, so I've won a lot of tournaments, I've also lost a lot of tournaments, and I've lost some big moments, or not won, or not converted. And in my head, I'm like, dude, like, not again, not again. Like, how does this keep happening? My heart's racing. And then I was like, all right, just relax. I'm tired of losing. Like, I'm tired of losing. It's kind of what was in my head. Like, I'm tired of losing. They can mess up. Like, you gotta play the best move still. You can't, you can't just be complaining. You can't quit. And I go bishop here, which is the best move. And honestly, maybe if I move in 2 seconds, I do not find the best move. Not from the logic of having more time makes a better move, but from the logic of just not being the right mindset to play the move. Like, I messed up. I gave up a pawn, and you have to sack a pawn again. Like, the best move is to give this up. You have to give up a second pawn, and that's because, well, in my mind at least, you're cutting off the rook, which ends up winning me the game, and that's why you can't quit when you're playing. They get the second pawn, they're +2, but I'm not nervous. I was more nervous when it was equal. Now I'm like, dude, just lock in. You've won a lot of competitive, you lost a lot, but you can still, like, you can still win this game, and a must-win game. Now I make a miss here, kind of irrelevant to the game because I don't win the game at this point. And they slide the rook over, queen here, another mistake. I said all that, and I play some bad moves, but I'm telling you, like, I was just much more confident after this point. Move their queen back. I sign my king over here to f7. The queen drops back, the best move here. We want to attack this pawn here. Slide back over, queen up, and we slide our rook over. And our idea here is to eventually get in. And I don't know if it's forced, but it does end up working. They move their bishop, is the best move I take. Now you can see I spent a lot of time here, and I actually make the move with 26 seconds on the clock, which is not a lot of time, but I just couldn't convince myself to not take it because I don't see a better move. Like, maybe there's something. There's no discovered attack. The pawn is here, so they can't go bishop here, check, and win the queen. I'm like, all right, let's see why it's so bad. They go here, check, and I'm guessing they blunder or something. Rook e1, I take, and then bishop back. Now, apparently the best move is to take here again. Oh, this is amazing because they can do rook captures, right? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So they're still winning, but they had to find the exact right move, and they don't. They go bishop back, and I find rook b2 with about 10 seconds on my clock. You have to play that, and you're now just completely winning as black. They drop back. Rook takes. Now, rook here to e2 apparently was the best move. You can't even really blame them. Like, if you go rook e2, there's just a lot happening. Apparently, queen's I would have taken the bishop, but queen's the best move apparently here. And then you take the bishop, I'm guessing, at some point. Or you take the rook and then the bishop. So here, here, and then this, I would guess, is the idea. But yeah, then it doesn't even get to that point. They instead go qf1. So rook captures. And the reason this is so bad is because you get the rook here as well. Now, if you just got the queen for the rook and the bishop, it wouldn't have, like, if they had this, this, and this still, it's still winning, but it's harder. But I take that, take the bishop, and they soon resign. So I've won game 2, but only 2 of us won. So we're going to the last round, still down 2. We kept it equal. However, if I lose this game, we probably lose the tournament, honestly, because, you know, it's just not really possible to come back down 4. I don't think we would have won. We had to win all 4. But me in the first 4, we win our games, and we keep it tied still. So going to game number 4, there's pressure on the line. This is the wild card spot of the playoffs. We gotta win, and we're the favorite team too, going down 2. Now, if you can see here, I locked in when I needed to. 2,500 expected rating, 91.4% accuracy, and it wasn't a very long game in terms of the moves. It was a 95 move game at first. This is only 28 moves. I go d4, they move their knight, bishop f4, e3. Knight's going to go here to f3, pawn here to h3, bishop to e2, castle, castle, and knight slides here to d5. I'm already slightly better. I didn't know this here though. We go bishop back here to h2, knight to d2. I take. Now this is a important thing that happens because I know this is not a good move. It's not the best move. I've had 2 masters, one directly, one through someone else, tell me that you're not supposed to take in the center. I know that. However, I don't know how to play that, and I know how to play when I do take. So I'm like, a must-win game in a small sample size. I have to play what I'm more comfortable with, and I decided to take in the center. And why I'm more comfortable, I played it probably hundreds of times, honestly. And also the bishop, I just love having that. Versus if you don't take and you go here, playing this setup, you see the evaluation, it's, okay, if they, imagine they have the d5 pawn there. Playing this setup, it's just not fun. Like, say here is more what I'm talking about. Now this is better, but I just don't know how to play it. So I don't go for it. And I decide to do what I know how to do, and I take here in the center. I go up here to c3, cutting off their bishop. They move their queen forward, and I go up here to a4. They go up here to a5, knight slides here to c4, take, rook over, and queen here. Because the knight can't go there, this is now just an amazing landing spot for the queen. Still equal through 15 moves. So I win the next 13. They go up here to h6, so my rook over. They slide over. I wasn't sure if that was the best move. Apparently, It's the second best move. They should have went up here though. And now I get the file. I thought I was winning. So that's what I thought they should have taken. I was like, maybe they should take, but apparently I'm wrong as well. And I should have went rook up here, apparently. I saw that, but I was like, what if they go here? Maybe I'm missing the idea. Oh, that's free. You give that. Okay, I wouldn't have played that. I wouldn't have played this line. You take this. They take this. You take this. And then they move the knight, I'm guessing. And then you, what, move back here to beat? Yeah, I would have never played that, to be honest. The exchange, sack. I can only see it when it's super obvious. That's just positional advantage for white. You go bishop here to d5. They push forward. I thought this was a mistake, and I go knight here to the center. Almost instantly, like 5 seconds in a game like this, not that much time being spent, as you can imagine. I got just like, oh, knight d4. That feels amazing. They drop their knight back. I go bishop back here. Now, knight here was better. I didn't even consider it that long because of this. I'm just not good enough. I missed that. I saw this, though. I saw this. I'm like, what if they just go back? Or they go here. They get 2 pieces for the rook. Take. Oh, because I'm attacking the bishop is what I missed. Because if they... Wow. What if they take this way first? And then check. And that's funny because I ended up seeing that check later, but not at the right time. Well, I still win, but I could have done that later. But they move their knight here. Plus 1.3. I go knight back in the center. But I have ideas. And you can see I spend almost a minute on this move, knight in. I calculated pretty much the exact line that happens in the game, which are not the best moves as I see here. They make a mistake, actually. But they go rook here to e8. I take this here. I have to calculate again. Take. I guess I didn't calculate this whole line. I go here expecting this, and then this, and just control of rook down eventually because the knight's hanging. They go rook over. I take the bishop, spending some more time calculating over. I take this. Now, this is plus 3.5. I'll explain why in a second because it is just equal. Rook down. These are all like necessary. You have to take here, or here you could also take. But the reason they resign here is because, well, you would take this first, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. The prop, or whatever one you take for. Yeah, you have to take this first, or because if they take this, I win here, right? So that's why I calculate. I have to take this. The rook slides down for check, right? They have to go forward because I want to show the checkmate though. Here, or I'll do this instead, so I can show the mate idea. They take. You have rook here. They have to move their king, or if they go king back, it's queen here, which is going to be mate advantage, which is what I saw. I didn't see the. I didn't even imagine taking the rook first, whatever it said to do. Oh yeah, going rook check first. I would have taken the bishop because I saw this mate idea, and they also saw it because they resigned before. We don't even get to that point. They just resign because they can't stop it. Like they just, it's unstoppable mate or losing material. I also want to say I think you're losing if you take this way, right? No, this is still winning apparently. This is still winning. Oh, it's the same idea because here. Oh, but no. Then yeah, I'd say it is a little bit different in here. But it doesn't matter. That's not what happened, and we got the win. A must-win game. And so two of us won, so now we're tied up, right? Because we're 2-0, and then one person lost. So then they're up 1. If we win the last game, we get to overtime. Now, I didn't pull the game up, but our 4th board wins his game. And a losing end game, I want to say. He was actually losing. There was a tactic that would have lost the game. The other team missed it, and he goes on to win. So go to overtime. And for overtime in the CCL, the first round is in a blitz 3+2 versus the same person. So I'll play Mac again. We had some fun games, but I was able to get the better in this one as well. Knight here to f3, up here to e6. They go. I actually was losing in this game too. Knight goes here to f6. They push forward, bishop here, and c5. Now at this point, you know, adrenaline is going. We're in overtime wild card. This is elimination. Every game matters. Every move matters. And it was really exhilarating, honestly. I was telling them, like, I love these competitive type environments, like competition. It's just really fun for me, even though it can be a little nerve-wracking. Like I love this. I live for this. They go knight here to d2. We go up here to b5. As I told you, I'm playing a different system in this game. Also want to say I'm very comfortable in this opening. They didn't go for e4. They play a KG style, which is also my style. Like I can play attacking chess too, but this is more comfortable for me. I castle. They go up here. Rook over. They select their queen. I go up here to d4. What was I thinking? I don't know, and I can't even explain the idea. I don't know why I did that. I didn't like that they were attacking 2 pawns, and I'm making an accuracy. I'm not a master. We're going to take here in the center. They take, I take, and they go pawn 4. I don't know how, somehow I just miscalculated that they had c5 at the end. I'm not sure what I was looking at. c5 is just, like, why did I allow that to happen? I don't know. But they go c5, go queen up here to d7. They push their pawn on the side, rook here to d8, knight slides, and then here. I also missed that the pawn's just hanging, and I was like, dude, why did I take the knight? Because if you just take the knight here instead, here, it's still winning for white +1. This pawn's not... Oh, you're still supposed to drop the pawn, apparently. Because here... What if they just take that? Oh, bishop here. Okay, you're back equal now. Oh, it's a pin. Yes, the pin on the rook in the... I'll actually show that. The pin on the rook here in the corner. Another thing that I missed. But anyways, I made a mistake. We saw rook over, and then I miss it again. Like, we both miss it for 2 moves, and they finally take the pawn in the center. I take there, queen forward, and then bishop here. Now, I think I told you that game 3 changed something. I'm not even nervous here. Like, okay, I give up a pawn. Let's get it back. Like, I just have a different approach to chess after that happened, honestly. I don't know why that was the game. That something slipped. I've lost way more meaningful games than that. But I don't know, and drawn some. But I don't know. I just in my head, I'm like, all right, that's what happened. Let's just keep going. They go here, take, and I already get the pawn back, which is not even the best move because I went over this game already, sort of. This is not the best. Oh, that is the best. No. Okay, and one of the things that said you're not supposed to do this, but apparently you are. No, yeah. You're not supposed to go bishop here. It's supposed to be rook here to d8, which I don't know how that even makes sense because they could still just move. Or let's show that. Rook d8. They go up here. Yeah, you can't win the pawn back, really. Oh, maybe, I guess you still win it. No, you don't. Yeah, you don't win the pawn still. Yeah, so it's not supposed to take it. But it doesn't even matter. I take it, the rook's going to slide over, and then you take here on d3. The knight's going to slide in, you take here on c3. They capture, rook slides over, take, king here, king up, and we're equal. I'm lower on time, but I'm feeling good. The knight slides to the center, and they blunder. Now, honestly, I missed it. But I do happen to play a move that's also an initiative with f6, so I'm still winning. I realized it after I played f6, like, okay, well, it's fine still, because f5, knight in. And I win my game. This is my 3rd straight win, if you're counting. But we have our 1st and 2nd board win, but their 3rd and 4th board won. So we're going to another overtime. Another OT. This is 1 minute plus 2 seconds. The stakes are high. You see my 2400 expected rating. Lower accuracy though, but bullet games, the pressure's on. That's going to happen. So I go up here to d4, they go c5, I go e3, take, d5, pawn forward, and you can see we're both spending a little time in the opening. We're both higher rated in our bullet, because he was around 2200 in the game, and I was at 2294, I believe. So I just got some points, and he lost some points there. Then we went with a bishop there to g4, pawn forward attacking the bishop, bishop f4, queen here, take, and the knight slides. I was like I'm very comfortable in this. 1+0. I don't even know if it's my best time control because I don't play Blitz and Rapid as much, but it's my highest rating. So I felt pretty good. Honestly, I'm like 100 points higher than them. Even before this, it was like 2294, like 2203, I'm pretty sure. So a pretty decent difference. But I go up here to b6, the queen slides here to b5, looking to angle in and attack the king there. Or I guess not really attack, but you know, we're setting up a pin, and I want to move my knight in, but they stop it. But now I do move my knight in. I remember that. They castle, I put my knight here to f3, they drop back, castle, queen back, rook over, and knight forward. Now after knight comes forward, I felt pretty confident, because I'm like, their knight can't go anywhere, they don't have anything. I go g4, I guess I should have kept it there if that's what I thought, but now I'm thinking about it. Why did I go g4? Because I noticed during the game they had nothing. I still went for the initiative. That makes no sense why I did that. But the knight slides later to d6, we're going to drop back here, because they were attacking our queen. They're also guarding that square. They go in, I take an inaccuracy, take, queen back, knight in, knight forward. And they're slightly better at this point, but again, we're not playing with eval bar, but we're also playing a bullet game. Look at their time, they have 19 seconds left. They go up here to a6, and go g2, king g2, apparently h4 is just the best move. I don't know if I would have played that, realistically. Rook slides over, king back, I move my queen over, rook up, rook over, and they're winning again. But they can't convert it. Oh, that's what it was. Yes, I go over here. They can go here now. And the reason they couldn't do that at first, yes, I remember the game now. Because at first, all right, let's go back. Here, if they were to go up, this pawn's hanging, right? Which is the problem. But they set it up, and I missed that. They slide over, like, oh, I actually had an audible reaction to myself. Like, dude, what am I doing? I can't take it anymore because I have 2 defenders of it. I take here, I'm just losing. But you can't focus on that. We're going to take this pawn. Because the knight's here guarding. If they push, you would take. So they take, knight's going to capture, and there's no pin. Move their queen back, knight back, and they get a pawn. We're going to capture. They move their rook and rook down. And we're just going into an endgame. But they blunder. I'm sure I don't find the right move. Oh, I see checkmate now. No way. I see it now. It's queen here, up here, over. Yeah, because if they go back, there's mate. Oh my god. If I'd have lost this game, that would have been horrible. There's just mate. I did not see that. I didn't see that all 9 seconds left. I go queen back here. Dude, how did I miss that? And it's there again. It was there again. And I get my rook in, but it doesn't matter at this point. Now I go for this endgame. Take rook over. Take that and take that. Now plus a pawn, double pawn. This is still a draw. I make this a win. I saw the mate in 1 though. And I missed it. As soon as I pushed the pawn, I'm like, dude, I missed mate in 1. But I had 2 mates. Good thing I won the game still. Pawn's going to go forward, rook down. And we just slowly try and figure out a way through. I'm running my king all the way over. Apparently rook h8's just winning. Yeah, because rook h8. And I have a similar idea later. Because if they take, it's here. And I missed it there. So missed tactics, but 1+0. That's just going to happen. I just want to get my king over. And you see I had a similar idea, but I just did it at the wrong time. And they resigned because the king's here. They can't get there. They can't even sack the rook for the pawn. I want to get a queen. Like usually you can sack for the pawn and I just keep the rook. They can't even sack for it because they go down, I'll just take. They can't go over, and they resign the game. And the first board won, and then our 4th board got a crucial draw for us to go up 13.5. Or was it 12.5, 11.5 then after that? Yeah, because they would need to add to 24. Yes, so that is what happened. But yeah, that is how we won in double overtime. We won the next day too in the quarterfinals. That'll be a separate video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. Please subscribe. Closing on 1,000. Every interaction, it helps. It was a fun tournament. It felt good. It felt good to get some important wins. But yeah, PJ's Chess on YouTube, PJ's Chess on TikTok, PJ's Chess on Instagram, PJ's Chess 993 on Twitch if you like that platform. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, you really watched a lot of me talking about chess. So you enjoyed to some extent. Just go ahead and subscribe. But yeah, you guys have a good day. Again, thank you for watching. Deuces.